My next question is to Yomi. I would like to ask you about the Empower initiative. We understand that your company was responsible for the deployment of technology for the Empower program. So my question is, how have you been able to measure impact? And, why should Nigerians believe in the sustainability of that program?
Okay. Thank you very much. Let me say that first, because we're a developing country, there are two main opportunities. First opportunity, in my view, is development, and the second opportunity is enterprise. The development opportunity means we need to build out different things. We need to build our infrastructure, and because we need to build our infrastructure, there's a lot of opportunities to create meaningful jobs that will support that development. Now, but because we're also a growing population, there's also an opportunity to create many enterprises that will support either our teeming population or even the opportunities that exist within society today. Let me try to advance that quickly to Empower specifically. And I think one of the things that have really touched me as a person is how driven we are as people. And oftentimes when you leave what I'll call the vibrant economies of our country, Lagos, Port Harcourt, where most people reside and try to create commercial activities, 30,000 naira is a lot of money. So you find there's a blind kid in Plateau State. His name is Kasali. And Kasali applied for the Empower program. It was he went to a cyber cafe, used the Braille system to apply for the program, and now he's teaching in a blind school in Plateau. But the amazing thing about Kasali isn't just because he's teaching a blind school in Plateau. It's more than, so Kasali now offers tutoring classes to children of blind people. And I was surprised that an enterprise existed within the blind community, that a blind person could get into a program, get skills, earn a minimal amount, or what we call a minimal amount in our 4 main cities. And he would translate that into almost creating an enterprise for himself. And I think this is the story I personally have seen across Nigeria, whether it's Fidelis in Anambra or it's Bumi in Ondo State. Bumi particularly, I was sharing before we came in that Bumi bought 2 acres of land from earning 30,000 naira per month. Because in the place she bought the land in Ondo, it's not as expensive as Lekki. And now she has a huge fishing farm that produces fish fillets for fish farmers across Nigeria. She has what you call the croaker, the fresh fish that they use for pepper soup, that she supplies to communities within Ondo State and even outside of Ondo State. So I think sustainability was thought about, I think, even in the program design. So everybody in the program gets learning to prepare them for the job they have been employed to do, learning to prepare them for the opportunities that exist today. So if you look at, our education system hasn't changed, but the market has changed. Akin was mentioning that there are skills that are required today in the market world that fundamentally you don't learn from maybe conventional schooling. But also in the program, you learn all of these skills. And because of that, you're seeing people cooperating. I don't want to say collaborating, because at the basic level, they are cooperating to start either a small enterprise, they are cooperating to serve their community because of a need that exists there as the case is. So I'll say that, let me wrap it up this way. For the development part of our society, that is an opportunity to develop. I'm not speaking to whether we have the money to do so, but the reality is we have jobs to create that people can work in. For the enterprise part of our society, what I'm seeing, or what I've seen in the Empower program is Nigerians are no more looking for opportunities, they're actually creating them. People are literally no more like, people aren't anymore saying, okay, I need to, the increased desire to know some big man to lead you to some assumed success is gradually reducing. People now look at the environment and say, okay, maybe there's a small need I can fill in this place, and they're filling those needs. And I think that's what we've mostly empowered across the program in general.
So would you say that Nigerians are becoming more creative or are exploring their creativeness in spite of the government?
Well, I think if we come to terms with that, we have a huge population. And it's very easy to compare Nigeria with other countries, but it's not easy in practice. You know, we're a lot of people, we're a whole lot of people. And we've gone through many decades of, I would say, lack of investment in the right things that stimulate society. Maybe it's in education, maybe it's in infrastructure. So I can't really say it's despite of government. Government fundamentally still will be, for now, because of our population, almost the biggest stimulator, whether in creating jobs or in stimulating economies. But I think Nigerians have their resilience, they put it in practice. And I think we're now departing from almost complete expectation from government. We're still very reliant on it, to almost reliance on ourselves, on the opportunities that exist in our society. Let me give you an example. I think if you go and find, and this is also to answer the question, where are the jobs, right? I think there are three types of enterprise opportunities, right? There are needs that are underserved. People have these needs. There are companies playing in these spaces, but maybe they're not doing the best of it. So there's an opportunity for another person to create an enterprise. There are needs that are unserved. And I think Nigerians are now actively finding those needs and creating different enterprises within those underserved needs. So I don't want to say despite of government, because government has a role to play. But I think we're now, as a people, attempting to advance our cause ourselves as the case.
All right, thank you. I have a few more questions on that, but I'll have to get back to you on it. So my next question is for you. So you founded a fashion company in 2016, and it's 2019, and you've made remarkable success. Can you tell us how that success has impacted the employment in the country?
Thank you very much, Fakia. Yes, I started my business in 2016, and we have grown exponentially between 2016 and now. When I started, I was my only employee. I did everything. I was my marketer, I was my model, I was the accountant, I was everything. But today, we have created at least 15 jobs, which is not really a lot, you know, but if there are other businesses like mine that started in 2016 and have grown the way we have grown, we have definitely contributed to the employment in Nigeria, for sure. So I really would say that entrepreneurship is definitely a very big tool in bridging the gap with unemployment in Nigeria, because everybody has an idea. Like almost every young person in Nigeria has an idea. They just need either a push or finance or something to take them to where they want to be. And I'm speaking to every dreamer out here who is here with like some sort of dream or, you know, an idea that you're still a baby, you're still nursing and hoping that one day you will get big. It is possible. Look at me, 2 or 3 years ago, I would have had no business being here. But I'm here sitting on a panel with this amazing talent. And I got here because I believed in myself, I believed in my dream. I didn't get any funding from the government. I started really, really small, and we have grown. So it is definitely, Nigeria is a very big market. We are so many. Your business will sell. As long as it is the right thing, as long as you know, there's a market for it. And there's a market for almost everything in Nigeria. I mean, my business is fashion. I've helped a couple of designers start fashion businesses that have also grown and taken off, and we are all selling. So there's a market for everybody. There's a business. You can thrive, no matter what that business is. You can definitely thrive. So yeah, I mean, to answer your question, I know that 15 jobs or 15 employees isn't so much, but we're growing, and we hope that one day we can employ hundreds of people in our business. We'll get there. But yeah, we have definitely contributed to the growth, to the reduction of unemployment in Nigeria. Thank you.